Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Helen and today I am bringing back my TBR game Scrabble, and I've decided to do that because it is 5 years since I've been on YouTube this next month, and so for my August TBR I thought it would be special to do a Scrabble and TBR, and this time I promised Sophie that she could do it. It's her birthday month in August. She's seen other people do my TBR game and she wanted a go. So I've let Sophie pick 4 books off my shelf just randomly. I then let her pick 4 of the Scrabble tiles out, and then I've chose those 4 books, and then I have 2 books that I want to get to in August anyway. So without further ado, I will put Sophie's videos here. First you will see her explaining which 4 books she's picked, then you will see her pull out the Scrabble tiles, and then I will come back and tell you what books I picked for the Scrabble tiles. So Sophie's now going to talk through the 4 choices that she's made. So do you want to start with number 1, Soph? And tell us what...
by Andy Jones.
And why did you pick... List it up so we can see it. No, not in front of your face, darling. Why did you pick that one?
Because it's my favourite number.
And that's the only reason, yeah?
I don't know why it's my favourite number. I'm just obsessed with it.
So that's the first choice, because you like the number. Okay, next.
And just people holding hands.
Ah, ooh la la. Right, next.
Next is Cookie.
By Jacqueline Wilson. Yeah, this was a second-hand one off somebody, and that's why it's got no dust jacket. But why did you pick that one?
It made my mouth water.
Because it made you think of cookies.
And it made me hungry.
Okay, so that's why you chose that one. Next.
City goes forever.
Right, and why did we pick that one?
Because girls in the city forever, and it is and girls in the city can have a lot of power.
Can they?
Yes.
What kind of power do they have?
Being able to buy things.
Shopping power. Oh dear. Mummy's purse is going to be empty. Right, next.
Book Boyfriend by Lucy Rhyme.
And why did you pick that one?
Because Daddy doesn't do very much reading, and he'll read 1 or 2 books every now and then, but not that many. So maybe if Mummy reads this on her TBR, then maybe it'll persuade him to read more books.
Well, because he'll look at the cover and think, I'm her book boyfriend. He's actually my book husband, babe.
Okay. So
It'll still persuade him, do you
work.
think? Okay. All right. Have you got anything else you'd like to say? Oh, she's off. Oh, she's back.
This is Pancake.
This is Pancake. Thank you from Sophie and Pancake. The end. Bye. Say bye.
Bye-bye.
So I've decided to let Sophie pull out the 4 Scrabble tiles as well. So do you want to shake the bag and pick 4 out, Soph?
Pancake, shake the bag.
Okay. Right, go on.
No peeking. C.
C. What next?
G.
G. Next. I. And finally.
Pancake's gonna pick the last one.
Oh, R for Robin. Look at that. Thank you, Sophie and Pancake. Do you want to just show the letters on the little stand? So.
Pancake will do it.
Okay. R-I-G-C. Thank you. Bye. So as you can see, Sophie picked 4 by Andy Jones. This is one that I had on my wish list for a while, and then I saw it in a charity shop. It says, Sally, Al and Mike have known each other for 20 years. Now approaching their 40th birthdays, life has proven more unpredictable than they could have imagined. But despite the disappointments, heartaches and regrets, their friendship has endured. And now there is Faye, Mike's new girlfriend, still in her 20s, carefree and uninhibited. She reminds the friends of their younger selves of old loves and mischances. Maybe Faye influenced what happened next, why they did what they did. Whatever the reasons, one reckless night is about to change all of their lives forever. Andy is already 40. I am a few years off 40, and so we're in this region, and yeah, I'm just intrigued to see what this story is about and what these 4 people have done. Book Boyfriend by Lucy Vine, again another one that's been on my list for a while. I popped in the library to get one of the other books that I'm going to mention shortly and saw this one and thought I would pick it up. It says, Gemma has lived 1,000 lives through books. Sounds familiar. The only life she isn't living is her own. Not so familiar. That is until the day she finds a note from a stranger in her favourite library book. When she replies, the pair begin a long-hand conversation about their love of novels that sees Gemma finally coming out of her shell. Is she ready to fall in love for the first time with someone she's never met? So, sounds good. Then this one was gifted to me by Simon & Schuster. It's called City of Girls Forever by Patricia Scanlon. I want to say it's out in September, but I can't remember. And I don't think it says it anywhere on this. So I'm not sure, but I thought it was out in September. But it says, as City Girl Devlin Delaney's iconic gym and spa prepares to mark a big anniversary, Devlin and her best friends Caroline and Maggie are looking forward to a fabulous party where they can all put their problems behind them and celebrate. Devlin's past has returned to haunt her with a shocking revelation, but she's strong and her beloved Luke has her back. Caroline is facing up to issues she's long suppressed with the help of a man who's becoming more than a friend. Will happiness finally be hers? And Maggie's family is driving her mad. Her ex Terry and their daughter don't get on, and she's made an alarming discovery about her elderly mother's financial affairs. She wants to run far away. So yeah, we'll see what that one entails. Quite a chunky one though. Let's see how many pages. 519. So this isn't going to be a small feat, this TBR. And then lastly, she picked Cookie by Jacqueline Wilson. Like I say, this was a hand-me-down from a relative, but it's one of the Jacqueline Wilson books that I haven't read. I haven't got a blurb or anything to tell you about, but I'm excited to read it. And I'm hoping to get a copy of the illustrated Mum soon so that I can read that, because I've never read that one either. But then I can read the adult version that she's got coming out. Can't remember what it's called. But she did it with Think Again and the Girls in Love series, and I read all of those and then the new one, and I'm going to do the same with this, and I think she's going to do it with all the books, so eventually there might be a Cookie 2 or whatever it is out. So that's the 4 that Sophie picked. Then she picked my Scrabble letters. So she picked R, and for this one I am finally going to read Red by Jackie Collins Harvey. This is basically one that's been on my Eurovision Eurovision-a-thon TBR for ages. It's basically about the history of redheads, and as you can see from my video, Sophie's a redhead, her dad Andy is a redhead, and so I am interested to read the history of it. It just seems quite there's lots of history in there about history and redheads, so I feel like it's not going to be like a really swift read, and I think that's what's putting me off. But I need to get this read, and I think I'm going to have to make a promise to myself that if I don't read it by the end of the year, it's off my TBR, even my Eurovision-a-thon one as well. For C, I picked Christ on a Bike by Orla Owen, another one that's been on my TBR for Eurovision-a-thon. Last year I realised that it could be used for Ireland. This was one that I won in a competition on Twitter. It says, Kerris receives an unexpected inheritance, but there are rules attached, 3 simple rules that must be followed. As she settles into a new life, she begins to feel trapped. The past is ever present. She convinces herself that the villagers are watching, and desperate to control her own future, she tries to break free. So that kind of reminds me a little bit of the what's it called, the inheritance game type thing. Somebody gets their inheritance, but there's rules attached, so we'll see about that. Then I've picked a reread of I Haven't Been Entirely Honest with You by Miranda Hart. I had this on audiobook, and really enjoyed it, and wanted to go through and highlight it. So this is going to be a reread for me. I loved this cover. There was orange and green and then not many green and pink ones, and I saw this in, I want to say, WH Smith's, and it was half price. So I've got my own copy now. I plan to keep this and I'm going to highlight parts of it, so this will be a reread and I'm excited for that. If I hadn't picked it out like this, I would have just kept putting it off because I've already read it already, but I do want to do that highlighted thing. And then for G, I've picked Girl in the Window by Penny Jolson. She wrote one called I Have No Secrets, which was about a little girl who was mute, and then she wrote Things the Eyes Can't See about a little girl that was blind. She tends to write about disabilities, and this one just says Cassia watches the world go by from her bedroom. She's not well enough to leave the house, but she sees everything. Then Cassia witnesses an abduction, but nobody is missing. Does the girl in the window hold the key to the mystery? But I don't know if this little girl is deaf or it's that she can't physically move. Oh, in the author's note at the back it says I have personal experience of ME and CFS. So I'm assuming she's got ME. So yeah, I'm excited to read that one. I've enjoyed the other two of those books that I've read before. And then for the two that I definitely have to get to this month, I've got The Well of Lost Pots by Jasper Fforde. This is the next in a reread that I'm doing. So I'm actually doing two rereads this time. I'm rereading all of the Jasper Fforde series once every 2 months, so that by the time it gets to next year, when the final book in this series, I want to say number 8, comes out, I will be ready to read that one and I'll have refreshed my memory on all the others. I am enjoying my reread, not as much as the last few rereads, but maybe I'm just not tired of the series, but because I have read it quite a lot of times now, maybe I'm just getting to the point where I'm like, oh, I just want to get to that new one, but I can't read the new one. They're so complex in the world building that I really need to go back and read them all. So yeah, this is August one. I found this at a little free library that's recently opened by me. I took a few books there and this was one of the ones that I managed to get and I was really excited. So yeah, The Well of Lost Pots by Jasper Fforde. I won't read the back because it's a whole series, but it's following a woman called Thursday Next, who is a literary detective, and she's basically trying to solve crimes within the literary world. And then finally, I'm part of a book club. Andy does the Man United Ladies fanzine, and they have a Discord, and within that Discord somebody's set up a book group, and even though I'm not a football fan, I've joined the Discord just to take part in the book group. The last couple of months there was a Kristen Hannah one that I didn't fancy, and there was a horror one that I think people were reading in July, and I don't do horror, but we'd read a Lisa Jewell, I think it was the first book that we read, or maybe the second. There was a Lisa Jewell one that we read together. And so the girl, Jessica, who runs the book club, or started the book group, said maybe we could read the new Lisa Jewell in August. So I went to my local library and they had it in. So Don't Let Me In by Lisa Jewell. It says, oh, actually, is there a... Oh, it's He's the perfect man. He says he loves you. You think he might even be made for you. Before long, he's moved into your house and into your heart, and then he leaves for days at a time. You don't know where he's gone or who he's with, and you realise if you looked back, you'd say to yourself, don't let him in. So I'm hoping it's not too scary, but I'm hoping it's just more of a thriller-ish book. And so they are all my reads. This one, 10 altogether. The only way I will allow myself to change any of these is maybe the Scrabble tile ones. If I can find some ebooks on my e-reader that I can swap out for the letters, I might let myself do that. But really, I've picked all physical books because I just find them easier to read and I'm more tempted to. So these are the 10. So thank you for Sophie for suggesting that she would do my Scrabble and TBR. I'm not saying that I will necessarily bring the game back, although I have to say that Ellie from Earl Grey Books has never done Scrabble and I can't believe that I haven't realised that she hasn't. So I may have a month coming up where I ask Ellie if she will kindly choose some books for me. And so I'm excited for that. But I just thought 5 years, wanted to do something to mark it, why not bring Scrabble and back? So yeah, I've done quite well reading wise. In July, I believe I've read, I want to say 9 or 10 books so far. I'm in the middle of started Magnolia Parks. I can't remember who writes that, but I've seen that around a lot. I like the cover with the white background and then the tree on it. I'm not so keen on the covers that the works seem to have in a pack. Anyway, I've got it on. I managed to get it for 99p deal on a Kindle, so I am reading that. So I'm making my way through that at the minute. Obviously, I've only got a couple of days left of the month, so I'm going to have to either hurry up and read it or carry it into the next month. But in order to do that, I need to stop being addicted to games on my phone, one of which is like a parking bus game that Sophie introduced me to. And it's basically people stand in a line in a queue and you click on them. They're all different colours and you've got to click on buses to go and pick them up, and there's only so many parking spaces. It doesn't sound like it would be that addictive, but I am very much a all or nothing person, and now I know it's there, I can't stop being addicted to it, and my reading is going to take a slowdown. So yes, I need to delete bus out of my phone and actually read something. So thank you for watching, and I will speak soon. Bye.